Alright, alright. Hello, everybody. Um, we're here together for the beautiful mystery race pool. My Formula One game just crashed. Great signs for the evening. It is now 10 past, and I feel like 5 minutes is more than enough for anybody to reasonably prepare for what's coming. Right, so uh, let's give it a spin. Oh god, okay. We're gonna drive Hungary tonight. Honestly, this was getting dangerously close to our little wild card in there. But yeah, Hungarian GP it is. Um, so yeah, I'll try to get my game running in the meantime. So, well, I may have. Oh, actually, it's not that botched in the screen. Okay. But yeah, we will be back in 5 minutes or so with the actual race. Damn. I was wondering why there was movement. Turns out my background sounds were not muted. Oh well. Honestly, I'm not denying you the intro for the last race, but I guess we're just gonna start the stream off even though the lobby is not going yet. And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays. Well, buenos dias, everybody. We are in here for the final race of the night, of course, as well, but also the final race of the season. Honestly, I was under the impression that there was more check-ins, but I'm checking now, and well, we're only 10 people. It is what it is. So yeah, let us look what's going on here. We have, well, Emil Strzymski, Bats, Yaneman Cherry, Wild Ghost. Who the hell is Barry? My tool says it's Kingsman, but I'm not entirely sure. And then we have, of course, Seagull Lauda and Manup. So there is still, technically, a championship battle on the line. Seagull and Lauda are less than 25 points apart. However, I think, especially with there only being 10 cars on the track today, pretty much Seagull needs to die for Lauda to win the championship. So looks rather over for Lauda here. But there have been crazy incidents in the past. Who knows what's gonna happen today? Small field, and as we know it, Hungary also. I would say it's not necessarily one of my favorite tracks. I don't hate the track per se, but I don't think it gives you too good racing opportunities. So yeah, we're gonna see what's going on with that. Once more alone, Fanta is gonna be busy racing himself later on. And yeah, honestly, I don't know. Has anybody of you followed the Shakedown week more than I did? Because I don't even think I've seen all the highlights. Because if so, I'll be free to spread some intel. Is it gonna be Ferraris here? I'm fairly certain Lauda will agree. And to be fair, from the little I have heard, Ferrari look quick and they look pretty consistent. So, yeah, what do I know? Maybe it is Ferraris here after all. Maybe my GOAT will take a championship. Finally. My GOAT being Leclerc in this situation. I am of the humble opinion that Hamilton is past his prime. But yeah, coming to the stream here. What do we have going on? We have Manup here on the first timed lap. Everybody's out on Inters. From what I can see in the tool, the rain is going down slowly but steadily. Not sure if it's gonna be entirely dry by the end of it, but it's maybe drying up. Manip seems to be struggling. We hear another car, I think it's one of the Williams, approaching behind him. Fabian, 60 months, I'm getting old, man. Yeah, that's 5 years. Holy. I have the option to post about my 77-month sub anniversary. That is like, yeah, it's a while. 6.5 years. It's kind of crazy. So, Barry B. Benson here come through with a 1:29.59. It's 2 whole seconds quicker than Manip. And Jannemann is also, like everybody has beaten out Manip here, does not seem to have the bestest setup for his car so far. I mean, of course, this surprise race thing does kind of screw over our non-sweats, because, well, only our sweat lords either have a setup prepared for each track, or have the ability to craft a setup immediately on the fly. So yeah, I'm not too sure if Manip and Wild Ghost here actually have the best setup ready for Hungary. Let's see what the Yimsky can do. A lot of spinning, though I think this may be fake, I'm not sure. Sometimes the game does not display wheel spin as it is accurately. So let's see. Seagull on the dries. He's doing the reverse qualifying from behind strat. This time around trying to survive a lap on the slicks, which I do assume is quite a lot harder than vice versa. Yeah, I do think Seagull is wheel spinning more than he's not wheel spinning. Admittedly, every car has its wheel spinning more than not when going around the track, I guess. And Seagull is a good bit behind. It's interesting that the Inters to soft difference is like 3 or 4 seconds, but then you race slick tires in wet conditions and it's like almost 20 seconds to the top. See what Lauda can cook. It's gonna start from the front. Well, okay, yeah. Wait. I had to check something about my uni submission real quick. That is due tonight, and that I obviously have not submitted beforehand. But now we can go on to check the Elite Tier standings to see how many points Seagull actually needs to get to come out on top in this championship. And we have a 21-point advantage here for Seagull. So it is going to be... You get 1, 2, 4, 6. 1, 2, 4, 6, P7. And Seagull has it. And I'm fairly certain Seagull has the tiebreaker as well. Actually, he might not have. 25, 25, 25. No, he has 5 race wins. And Lauda has... No, he does have the tiebreaker, so yeah. It is 8th or better for Seagull. wins in the championship here. That is if he makes it over the line. If he, of course, DNFs it as 8th. Unlucky, buddy. So we're on board with a Cherry here. Wow. That's having a little flirt with the pit wall there. And he's not using ERS, but is still going 6th. So, or at least he's not using his ERS up. I'm not sure if that is normal. I know that you like use or rather charge more ERS back in the rain, but like 100%? That's kind of crazy, no? We will see where he can go from here on out if he goes for another lap. Kingsman here. What is presumably Kingsman is a little bit slower, but we'll go again. And right behind him is Jimsky on an outlap, I think. So yeah, we have like half of our qualifying still to go. Janneman in the meantime also jumped to the top step there. Sad it didn't pick Monaco, by the way. Surprise return would have been absolute cinema. To be fair, okay, look, I think we mainly stopped driving Monaco because of the incident, right? But like, it was more of an excuse to say, okay, the track is not super fun, we're not driving it anymore, right? Like, there is not really anything stopping us from running it if the game works as intended. Which, let's be real, it's probably been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. Like, the same thing is, like, I don't want to force drivers to drive Monaco if it is not like fun for them, and as I myself am not particularly having a lot of fun on Monaco, can't imagine other people have too much. But then again, I'm not sure if real Formula 1 drivers actually enjoy driving Monaco. What's the incident? Rice, how about you go to the Formula Sundays YouTube channel and then just type in Monaco. And then you have like a 5-minute watch or whatever. And then you can report back. Yeah, racing's just dog shit, but if nobody is prepared for that, it sounds like chaos. Chaos is fun. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I don't know, it's so much as well, right? It's so long. Like, it's 78 laps or so, IRL, so it would be 39 laps for us in Formula Sundays. I'll check it out and report back. My god. Also, why aren't racing? What the hell? You have like 5 minutes to get in here still. Or are you actually Barry and I'm stupid? But yeah, like it's 39, almost 40 laps. Lap time is like what? 120 there? Is it 120? I'm not sure. I've not cared for even IRL Monaco in years. I feel like it might have been like around the 110s. I'm not too sure. Jimsky with the pole time in the, or provisional pole in the meantime. We have Barry here, who's also on the lap. Janneman also just beat Jimsky again. Tool says rain forecast is going down and down, slowly but steadily, but mainly slowly. You will see on the screen it's still quite wet. Various Kingsman got clarified on Discord beforehand. Yeah, I did kinda not read it. My bad. Did it get clarified why he's why he's Barry? This is asking the real questions now. Is it Barry B. Benson? My goat of movie characters. Betrays his entire species just to get clapped. Wait, no. Other way around. Well. We will never know. Emils is gonna come over the line in the pit lane. Bing, 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 illegal. So we're instead gonna go to Manaphere, who is driving a purple middle sector. Looks a lot more drivable out on track now. I don't think so. I just saw Seagull writing, so everyone's aware Kingsman is Barry. Okay. Yeah. So they know that if they want to take out Kingsman, they gotta aim for another name now. So, Manap with an improvement. Lauda in the meantime had improved as well, and it seems like he's out on track with a little bit of an extra fuel load. It does look surprisingly dry now. I said it's declining slowly and getting more and more dry, but this looks really dry. Don't see many raindrops at all, and even if I see them, I might just be schizoing. So I wonder if at this point... Oh, it's probably very tight, right? You're taking about... Yeah, no, I don't think you can make it into the pits and out again. But soft tires, if you're in the pits and going out now, is probably the call, and we have two people who are on their way out right now, and I think they may have one big on this one. Of course, you want to drive as late as you can. And we have just about enough time for whatever McLaren is in the pits right now to come out. That seems to be Bats if he wants to. Actually, no, it's over now. It's too late. Jimsky's does not seem to have the most stable condition either. Lauda's on another lap. Did he improve again? I do think he did improve again. Jannemann out on fresh inters. Jimsky out on fresh softs, but that doesn't seem to be too great just yet. Mr. Benson here kinda cut the track in a major way. So let's see. Actually, let's see Lauda first. Almost on par with his previous lap. And there is not much track to gain more. Cherry, big W on his time there. It's going up to P2. Could even try to go one more. Not sure if he's still going quick, but he could. Lauda is making it over the line, but not with an improvement. Let's see the dry boys. Okay, yeah, Jimsky is not quick at all. Jannemann is not on dry tires. Oh, wait, what? Is that... Okay, I feel like I'm... What are we seeing here? This track looks bone dry. Why are they sliding like that? What the hell is going on here? Well, it seems like Intus were the right pick in the very end. Boah, Jannemann speeding though, holy. Emil's 2P1. Let's see the Williams. Is he going to beat that? Was 1.1 seconds there, that would be enough if he kept it. Bah, 1.4. Absolute dub for the man. And these guys are absolutely trolling. The media softs though do not seem good. Cherry does not seem quick. Yeah, he's on low fuel. After some shenanigans last week, Kingsman wanted to hide himself with a new name. Bro, what were his shenanigans even? What was last week's race even? Zandvoort, right? Yeah, must have been Zandvoort. Was off track a little bit, right? He got overtaken under safety cars, what I can remember. Well, that marks the end of the qualifying. Interesting front row here, Jannemann and Emils. Usually the front row is reserved for Lauda and either Jimsky or Seagull. Yeah, this is another strategy moment. What the hell is that? What kind of finger do you have? That's just the entire keyboard, buddy. What? Unsafe pit entry from Jimsky ban. Yeah, Jimsky finishing the session in the pits. Should be punished, honestly. Giving the arrest to another driver, yeah. SMH. Well, well, well. Jannemann Emils Lauda cherry on P4, beating out Jimsky and Manupf. Mr. Kingsman here, ahead of Wild Ghost. And then Bats and Seagull. Yeah, on the back ranks? I don't know. Seagull washed SMH. It was wet grip with dry track. Like, dully wet. So, like, underwater dirt in Trackmania. Should have just buckslid around the corners a little bit more. If I know one thing, but Trackmania is how real physics work. Also, what is with this perspective? Is there just mirrors everywhere? Why is there mirrors? Why is nobody watching the race? What the hell is going on? Everything is empty. Who's holding the flags? What? It says dry at the end, but I don't believe. Yeah, it does look. It did look completely dry, but you looked like you were not having a good time. We're having a wet race again then, which is nice, I guess. I don't think we've had that too often. I hope it's changeable conditions. Yeah, and I hope some fans actually show up to the venue. What the hell? Also wonder what Rice is thinking when he inevitably returns. Okay, there he is. I mean, to be fair, like, this race was special in many ways. I think in modern day, we would have probably just called it off and, like, restarted it when both hosts lost connection. And I do think the core issue at hand is a synchronization problem and not a Monaco problem. Like, yes, it didn't make it better that all of this happened in Monaco, but it is not technically a Monaco issue. So everybody out on Intis? no surprise. If we go on Janneman's onboard here, we see it's wet. Janneman about to outpace Emils so hard that he's getting quality warning for next season now. Turn callings, mate. But yeah, this is why we don't do Monaco anymore. But also, yeah, as said, there's not really a reason to not to do them, right? Like, surely we can have a fun time at Monaco in this day and age. But well, for now we're in Hungary. It's basically Monaco without walls. Even though there's plenty of walls still. Can't really overtake much. Yeah, it's not quite that bad, I guess. Hungary is actually a decent-ish track. I do wonder how much, or if at all, better the racing gets with smaller cars again. Because I think, like, one of the key issues is that the cars are just too big. This is being addressed, of course, with the new regulations. And I wonder if that like has a visible effect, or if like the active aero is gonna mess up the ability to follow through in such a way that overtaking is never a possibility anyways. Either way, we're going to the last lights out of the season, and lights are out indeed here. And we see Emils with a little bit of a slide. It does look like Janneman got away a little bit better. And Lauda has gotten away really, really well as well. And is up into P2. There is a McLaren on the inside. Taking a little bit of a look. Jimsky forced wide a bit by Emils. And Cherry gains another position on Emils as well. Emils really falling off here. Is now under attack of Kingsman, who's already on his third position gained here. Started from P7 if I'm not mistaken. Not a good start for the two Saubers. They have dropped down to 8th and 9. Seagull for once. Okay, yeah, I was about to say he's past Manip now, but it took him it took him half a lap for once, and he's not up 8 positions by the end of turn 2. So there's a little bit of work to do for him still. And right here we have Janneman, Lauda, Cherry Berry. They'll have bigger braking zones, so more dive bombs as well. What exactly do you mean? Like that the new cars will have to brake longer, or what? Or are they reworking some of the tracks again? I mean, I'm really curious about that new track. Like, from what I've seen, the Madrid city circuit there kind of looked abhorrent. But hey, honestly, people said that about the Valencia track, and I didn't hate it back then. Like, we played it a little bit on our F1 game. It was actually kind of nice. I do wonder, were we there like multiple times? Because I wouldn't say I have so many memories, but I thought we were there like maybe once, twice. But we had like the Maldonado dive bomb, we had well, who was it? Was it Webber just forgetting to brake? Like Vettel DNFing and like throwing his gloves on the track and stuff. And of course Alonso W and Schumacher podium. Is this all one race? I mean, it would check out, I guess, right? Like, if you have a lot of the top contenders DNFing. that Alonso can make a crazy comeback, and even Michael could get on podium one more time. No, I think it held 3 races. Okay, yeah, good. I was a little bit confused. Seagull behind the bats here. I wouldn't necessarily say struggling to overtake, really. It's wet after all, and he's already gotten past 2 cars. 2010 to 2013, okay. Yeah, it would have been crazy for all of these things to happen in a singular race. It's F1 we're talking about after all, there's nothing happening here. Like in Qatar 2025 T1, they barely braked, so there was basically no way to go late on the brakes than the guy in front. 2026 they will have to brake early and harder, so there's more opportunities to outbrake your opponent. Okay, is that because they are faster cars? Because I've heard some of them will reach like 400 kilometers per hour. Or is that because they have shittier aero, so they can't stick it through the turns quite so much anymore? 2008 till 2012 is Valencia. Okay, yeah, that is longer than I thought as well, honestly. 3 was plausible for me, 5 years is crazy. To be honest, it wasn't your time yet. Yeah, you were probably like, I don't know, 6 years old there? 7? I think. I honestly don't remember how old you are, but you're way younger than me is what I can remember. And even I was like 10? Yeah. Man, like Vettel championships were prime time, honestly. Was just a kid. Funny cars, watching in the TV. And then, I don't know, you have this madman. It's great. 26 fast on the straight, less downforce. Okay, yeah, interesting. Honestly, that's probably decent, right? You don't overtake in the turns anyways, and more speed helps you to overtake on the straight. And as you said, longer braking zones, all that. Weather forecast is, I think, moving down slightly. So maybe we see it drying up again here. Would be great, of course. Not that I hate a wet race here, but it's like changeable conditions is just so much more fun. To be exactly, just cars go room. Yeah. Didn't care about the track and the drivers back then. Yeah. Yeah, no, it was cool. I don't know. There were some banger tracks as well, of course, like playing the games in like 28 or 9, I think, 2008 to yeah, I think like 13 was the last one I really played. It's also like so good. There was just so many bangers. You had like Hockenheim still, Malaysia, even like Istanbul. There have been a couple of greats. I'm honestly personally a big Nürburgring hater, but well, I guess that was on some of them as well. Maybe it was just cool being a child, man. I don't know. Being adult is so annoying, honestly. But yeah, at least we can watch Formula 1 once a week. And given that Kingsman is not gonna get past Cherry at any point, we might watch Seagull against the struggling Jimsky here, who's leading time to Emils here. Maybe holding him off even, who knows? Is that a conspiracy? Jimsky colluding with Lauda? So from what I can see tire wear wise, we are roughly at 20% here, so like 3.5% wear per lap is expected. Or wait, no, they driven 5 laps, right? Now they're in the 6th, so it's actually 4% wear, roughly. So yeah, that's going on here. Which means 4%. Well, honestly, this sounds like potential 2-stops here as well. But it's probably like potential 2-stop anyways, because from what I see, it stopped raining entirely. And the track does not really look dry anymore. Let's see from the outside cam, maybe we can see something better. I know, it does not look like it's awfully wet anymore, but then again, Jimsky said like it was undrivable in qualifying, and it looked exactly like this. So maybe the game's just not, the game's just lying to us. Wow, Jimsky is, I want to see Jimsky's tire wear, honestly. Holy. Bro is drifting every single turn. This is when I play the game, this looks like that. So, Seagull. Is he flying past? He is. Or is it... Does Jimsky have damage? Oh, he has damage. Yeah, his front wing is broken. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense why he's so slow. That makes sense why he's sliding so much. Sector 1, there have been some drops in the cams still, but yeah, it stopped entirely, yeah. Does not look like it anymore, but well, we have the good old reliable indicator of DRS is activated. Let's see what Manip can cook here. Manip first to pit, on the hards of all things. Ooh, and Emil's passed Kingsman, I think. Kingsman made some major mistake there. He lost big time to Cherry and Emil's, of course. We saw it on the minimap there. In Sector 3, he was off track. Coming into it. Really want to see how Manip does with these slicks here. Does not look particularly fun. But then again, yeah, it could just be Hungary. One stop till the end would have done the same probably. Okay. But yeah, maybe a little bit early is what I'm saying. I'm not really complaining that much about him going on the hards. More so about it being probably an early move. One stop is not possible from here, Fanta says. Not possible for you! No, it probably isn't. With the slight dampness of the track, it's probably going to be sliding around a lot. He lost 0.2 in Sector 3 is what I've seen. To his previous fastest lap delta. Not possible for anyone with half decent pace. Okay, yeah, fair. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the Formula 1 drivers are doing. I've driven my tires far more than 300 kilometers. Are they stupid or something? Like, what? I was gonna say, if you drive as slow as I do, it surely is possible. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, like, yeah, you aren't necessarily the highest pace, but you have literally like half the tire wear of some of the other drivers. I mean, I can see the data in the tool at all times, and like, yeah, maybe the tires die a lot quicker if you drive them like a second faster per lap. Okay, Manif is quicker now, so I think the time to pit is really now. Let's see what is going on here. I mean, Kingsman has closed up big time again. Penalty! Boop, 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 boop. Crossing the white line. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, Heavy, you come in at the first race where we have so little numbers. We've had like decent numbers throughout the entire season. It's like 14 to 18 usually. But yeah, it is what it is. Mystery race after all, a lot of people don't want to go through the hassle. It is still a championship fight technically. But for that, Seagull needs to place 9th or lower, which is of course tough in this competition. He does still need to pit. He's like 10 seconds behind Lauda right now. Top 3 there were not in the pits yet, but they for sure going now. Jannemann and Lauda going in, and so is Seagull. Everybody is on hards, by the way. And Cherry, with this... Oh, well, he will not be net P1 probably. Wait, will he be net P1? Guys, is he the GOAT? No, he isn't. But he's P3 currently. Fairly certain he's gonna fly past Seagull here. Yeah, maybe staying out an extra lap there, really not that bad. Seagull on the mediums as well. Or Seagull on the lag as well. What the hell? So Seagull... I wonder if you just drive your like two stints of mediums here. If you can make them survive for 12 laps, that's probably a decent opportunity. I mean, then again, Seagull only needs an 8th, so... And that is if Lauda wins, like, as of now. I think Jannemann's on controller, so he might be less likely to throw his car into the wall. But then again, we're on the right tires now, so I feel like if he had any advantage over Lauda, that probably has passed again. Though then again... He's on controller. I think he's fast on controller. Yo, who the fuck's Barry? That is Kingsman. Don't ask me why. I have not understood the context. And I have really not asked for it enough neither. So yeah, fastest laps, tumbling down, rolling around everywhere. We're seeing 29s from the leaders only. And Jimsky has just laid down a 26.5, so he's 2.5 seconds quicker than Lauda and Jannemann, who both drove a 29 flat. Cherry with a 27.5. And then we have Emils also driving low 28s. Seagull also with a little bit of a higher time. Okay, yeah, maybe it was... No, it can't be the pit lane exit, right? That should have been way slower. Ah well. Seagull is still stuck behind Kingsman. Mr. Barry B. Benson. Question is for how long? Aye, Cherry. Oh. Wait, what? Where was that? I didn't even see. Where's his car? Where is he? How do you crash there on the outside? Well, I guess Cherry's still top 10, I guess. Yimsky in the pits. For another sets of hearts, maybe? I don't know. He has found a way. Yeah, Polish wall and the Hungarian wall. Ooh, anyone falling victim to the unsafety car? Nope. The unsafety car is reserved for Fabian alone. He really is just parking there. It's kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, okay. So, I don't know, maybe I'm stupid for this, but it can't be that hard to have like animations for cleaning up the wreckage, right? Like, isn't it kinda ass that the car just despawns and now we're driving behind a safety car for no reason at all? Also, hearts can go from here depending on setup. Okay. We have Seagull on the mediums, Jannemann on new hearts, and so is Emils. Bats is not into the pits. I misread. It was only Jannemann and Emils. So these two are on fresh hearts, from what I can assume. Wait, let me check. Yep. And you say this is the difference they need. The 4 laps are not possible to push maybe running in the 70s. Well, we will see. We have one more lap at safety car at least, as the field is still so far apart. Everybody with a time penalty, you can see here, is on 3 seconds currently, so nobody has racked up a second one yet. Yeah, and we have an interesting setup now with the safety car. Seagull needs to pit still. It's not gonna make it to the end. I wonder why he has not taken the easy out. Probably because he wants to make it a little bit more exciting. I mean, with Cherry now, he only needs to leave one driver behind. He's 21 points ahead, has the tiebreak advantage because he has won 5 of the previous races, and Lauda is only at 2 wins as of now. So even if Lauda would win and Seagull comes 8th and they are tied on points, championship goes to Seagull via tiebreak. So, well, anything else to talk about, really? Is there some... When's Formula 1 starting? I think it is at the end of this month. Is anybody watching Super Bowl or whatever? Honestly, I'm a part-time football enthusiast, but I could not care less for either of the teams who are in the Super Bowl this year. However, I will still go watch it with some friends. Even took a day off. Safety cars coming in this lap, so yeah, Lauda expected to give us the pace now. It's taken it very slow, rightfully so, as you do not really have much room to maneuver. He's picking up the pace a little bit. He's like gradually becoming quicker. Now he's fully stepped on it. And we're going again, and it looks like Lauda is the least in trouble right now. I think it does look actually like Seagull could be going for a dive onto Jannemann here. But the Williams driver here, yeah, knows his braking points. Wild Ghost being overtaken by Jimsky here, seemingly running very deep. His teammate slipping through as well. Side-by-side action by the kicks here, maybe. Yeah, sticking it through. Whoa, I'm not sure how that looked from Menep's POV, but honestly, this looked like they were very side-by-side, and he left very little room on the curb there, on the inside. So, wait, what? What? Have I missed something? Was it always this order? Oh yeah, it was. Right? It's not Jannemann in the Williams there, it's Kingsman of course. Jannemann had pitted and is thus behind these guys. So it's Seagull versus Kingsman. And he is braking later. And just easily leaves Kingsman in the dust. Who also leaves through Jannemann. And is now, well, getting towards his next task, defending against Emils. Yellow flags, Sector 3. There is nobody in Sector 3. The marshals are having a moment. Let's see. Emil's also on fresher tires compared to Kingsman. There is De Vries in Sector 3, yeah. He was not long anywhere at all. Gets him off the track. I think this was what the Red Bull Chiefs were thinking as well. Yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate for him. It's also kind of unfortunate for Kingsman, yes, he will lose this position sooner than later. Ui. Or Emils loses his front wing sooner than later. Yep, that thing is gone. And just behind here we have Wild Ghost and Bats. I don't think, yeah, okay. Nicely raced there between the two. That was a corner cut warning for sure. Oh my god. Ui. Yeah, that was a major miss of the braking point. But yeah, Emils is probably gonna bunch them up quite nicely with his newly acquired front wing damage. So, I have some of the tire data from the people who have pitted earlier. Oh my. It's just contact for no reason. And everybody who was pitted early on, before the safety car, should be around 20% wear on the hards now. That is 8 laps, so... Eight laps, 20%. Math, 2.5, 3% maybe. Yeah, let's say 3% per lap. So from 20% to the end, 3% would be 17 laps here now. Would be 51, so they all would be around 70% when this race ends. So it's like, it's tough to go to the end on these hard tires, but it sure is possible. Of course, Yanneman and Emils. Well, Emils does not have the advantage anymore because he kinda just, yeah, killed his front wing. But like, they are having a tiny bit of an advantage throughout the entirety of the race, and also they will only need to go up to 60%. And Seagull, of course, will have to pit again, which is going to be very interesting. His mediums, I don't know how much wear they have, but well, they are not going to look better than the hards, wear-wise. So yeah, he needed, I think he came in lap 10 as well, so he needs to go to lap 23 or 22, I guess, and then get his new tires. Actually, let's just hop back to the kick and bats here. They're not catching Emils really, even with his damaged front wing. The fighting these guys are doing is holding them up enough to not gain any significant time on the Haas. And yeah, DRS straight is coming up. Manov is for sure close enough behind to look for a potential move. He's even almost causing contact here, being so close behind Butts. Ooh, and Wild goes into the pits. Interesting choice. I wonder if he has front wing damage. But now we have Manov here, going for the outside line that's being offered by Butts here, as he chooses to defend towards the inside. Does not quite get the power down really well, even on the inside line there. Bats with extra grip. Does not bait him to go that deep neither. A little feinted move. Yeah, not working out for Manov here. And Seagull has been passed by Yanneman. That is actually big news. And I kind of missed it again. RIP. Makes me wonder if Seagull's tires are already past their prime. He actually needs to pit earlier and to go for another set of hards maybe instead. I mean, he could of course just ride the wave a little bit to try to let Yanneman pull him towards Lauda. Yanneman at this point probably with the best tires in the upper half. As he of course has the advantage of everybody else over everybody else on the hards by like 4 laps, and of course Seagull's mediums seem to be falling off a little bit. Interesting stuff. Yeah, okay, well, I'm not 100% sure how to interpret the stats, I guess, right? But like, the top speed is really low for Lauda. Maybe that is because he never had DRS much in the dry, and everybody else had it, but like, from what I can see, Lauda's top speed is like 300 kilometers per hour. And Emil's, for example, is 320. So it's like way higher. I mean, we can have a look. I'm just curious what the tool is doing there. Does look like he's easily getting to 300, right? Oh, never mind. Okay. Yeah, 280 is it. As oh, that is Yanneman. Whoops. But yeah, Yanneman also with rather low highest speeds compared to the others. 307, his personal best, would be about 20 kilometers per hour quicker. Might really be just who had DRS before and who hasn't. DRS and Slipstream especially. Manov and Bats still going at it. And now this... No, okay, it looks like Bats is going deep every single time, but then he kind of catches it still. Ah, Seagull. Oi, oi, oi. That is a rare Seagull mistake. His tire's probably really not good anymore. Ooh, and Emil's against the Barry. Yimsky up to P3. Seagull pitting. What's it gonna be for the goal? It is the hearts. Yeah, he's actually like, yeah, okay, no. F this shit. I'm not going to the edge of my mediums again. I'd rather just drive hearts instead. So Emil's attacking Kingsman here still. Or rather putting some pressure on him. Of course, still running around with the broken front wing. Yeah, we see it here. It's definitely not the amount of turning power you would have expected normally. And now with these lads here, Seagull is flying. Duh. Has gained like 2 seconds in this lap alone. Probably gonna hit us with the Yoinky Sploinky here on the next straight. First off sends Men of Deep. And now we're gonna see what he can do to Bats here. Sets up wide, goes for potential switchback, at least goes for a better exit. And he does get the better exit. A little bit of contact, but I don't think there's much Seagull can do there. Stuck it rather much to the inside of the track. And then we watch them go smaller and smaller in Seagull's rear mirrors. Probably gonna be outside of the 1 second window by the end of the lap. Yep, or rather by the end of the next turn. So no DRS for Bats already. Seagull just passing through, leaving this little battle between Manov and Bats undisturbed. There's chasing after Emils and Kingsman, who are probably the only realistic targets. I don't think he can get as far as Jimsky. So everybody who has not pitted, except Yanuman I guess, is around the 40% tire wear right now. 40 to 45 is roughly the window I can see. So that's rather high already, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think the projection is still like kinda coming together. If it's 3% per lap, the 70% I just kinda calced up earlier would probably still come into play. Or Lauda, for example, decides to pit for mediums. That would probably just bring up a big wave of everybody pitting. Because Yanuman would follow if Lauda... Or actually, would he follow? Wah. I mean, Lauda kinda doing what I anticipated, and thus I think these guys here will go into the pits as well. Mr. Benson? Nope. Barry staying out. Curious to see if this is gonna pay off for Lauda. Seagull is right behind him now. Yeah, well, he's not quite behind him just yet, but... Oh, shit, I didn't want to cut away. Damn. What a race director, man. Cuts off the overtake as soon as it starts happening. Do you think Bats cut across Manev's line here a little bit there to defend that and probably startled him a little bit more than anticipated even. Oh my, Lauda is quick to it here. On the mediums, okay, so that makes it a little harder for Seagull to catch up, I guess. Interesting move there into the chicane. You rarely see any overtakes there, for a reason. Being it's very tight with these sausage curbs there. Lauda made it happen, real nice. And let's see how he will dispose of Kingsman. Probably gonna want the DRS still, regardless. If he could go by earlier, he will just go by here. And I think, yeah, DRS is just too big of an advantage here. Kingsman to do anything. Coming into lap 1, turn 1. He's easily clear and like at latest at the acceleration out of it. What is going on? Yeah, he's just gone. Seagull has already passed Emils as well, and Jimsky too. I am not entirely sure what happened there with Emils, if he just kind of ran off track a little bit, because he lost a lot of time. It did look a little bit like he was off track there. Manev pumping the ERS in, even though there's like no chance of an overtake here. And Seagull up to Kingsman. I think he wants to go by this early as well. That does not send to move. Probably for the better. I mean, yeah, he's bleeding some time here. Oh, actually, I think he might have been behind on DRS detection still. Yep, here we are. So he's getting that extra boost. Oh my god, and Kingsman is already passed by Jimsky as well. That's kind of crazy. Was this not seeing that he, like, Jimsky was so quick to be there as well. So will Manev finally do it? Is this time? They've been fighting for so long that even Wild Ghost, who was like 10 seconds behind them, has closed the gap again. Oh my, yeah, okay. That's really just kind of parked his car there. Kind of got in the way of Manev getting out of that turn a little bit. But no positional change here again. Lauda has 5 seconds on Jannemann again. On Jannemann, on Seagull. It's a lot more on Jannemann though. Jannemann really seems to have struck the perfect timing for his pit stop. I mean, Lauda is on mediums, we can't forget, so... he's gonna gain a lot of time, especially if Jannemann's hearts fall off, because Jannemann will now be one of the longest drivers on these hards, because most of the others pitted. I think, wait, did Kingsman pit again? I'm not sure. Bats didn't pit, and I think Manev didn't pit neither. Wild Ghost did pit again though. Jimsky here, they're thinking of making a move, but rightfully so, deciding against it. Wild Ghost, not a good exit here. I don't know, man. Like, Butts just seems to have the best exit out of turn 1 every single lap, and I wonder what these guys can do about it, because they seem to be quicker, but yet they can't go past. So, let's look at lap times. Ooh, this might actually get really close. Janus driving 120.7. Lauda's driving 118.3. And Seagull and Jimsky are driving 119 high. So Lauda is 2.5 seconds faster than Jannemann. At least in the last lap. I wonder if there was like a mistake or something though. For this one I don't think we can see him having gained too much yet. I think the main time is in Sector 2 anyways. Yeah, okay, never mind. He just took a second off Jannemann in just the S-curves in Sector 2. Yeah, it might be cooked for the Williams, I cannot lie. He's probably alright against Seagull Jimsky. I do think Lauda may be inevitable for the Williams driver. Yeah, the two kicks glued to Bat's rear. Mills is slowly catching them as well again. Or what do you mean slowly? He was like behind by 15 seconds 2 or 3 laps ago. He is... yeah, he is literally 6 seconds faster than these guys per lap, so by the end of the next one, he will have them. One way or the other. Oh my god, and honestly, I can't even fault anyone there. This looked like major lag. Jimsky here does not really look stable neither. So let's see, last laps for Jannemann and for Lauda. Jannemann 21.1, Lauda 18.3, so it's 2.8 seconds in the last lap. Okay, yeah, Jimsky is he's driving in a new dimension for sure. Oh, Cherry. Ain't no way we actually get Hungary and I fucking whiff like that. I was sad over its absence the entire season. Oh yeah, I was like, wait, did you not race? But yeah, I see. Yeah, what did you even do? Did you like oversteer and then correct and thus crash into the outside barrier or something? Like the point where you hit the wall looked like super weird to me. Not quite sure how you fly off there. So, interesting info though. Lauda 19.5 only. Jannemann still driving 21 flats. So he's still 1.5 seconds quicker, but he is a second slower than the lap before. Went too far to the inside, clipped my wheel on the inside wall, and then it just ripped off. Okay, and your rack just slid to the outside. Okay. Kinda looked like you hit the outside wall instead of the inside wall. Oh yeah, I completely missed Emil's making quick work of Menef and Bats here over the Twitch chat. But I guess that was expected. Emil's is literally driving 3 or so seconds faster than these guys. No, it's 5 seconds faster than these guys. I guess the most interesting point is gonna be for the... oh, what the hell, Meshik in the chat. That is crazy. How you been doing, man? It's been a while, honestly. Would also be a good time to get back into the game, if you know what I'm saying. Given that they skipped the next year's game. And just bring out the DLC for this one. Surely that's gonna be worth it. It would be a bad time to get back into FS though, because this is the last race of the season. But yeah. Let's see, Lauda still 2 seconds quicker per lap than Jannemann. And he has like, yeah, 2 more laps, 2 full more laps to fight. Fine, yeah, like 5 to 6 years, literally, yeah. Yeah, well, no, but I'm really happy to hear that. Yeah, it's always nice to see some people who have been there way back. Voice crack. But let's see Lauda here. He of course needs the race win, but he also needs Seagull to finish 8th or below, which does not look like it's happening, unless Jimsky works some magic. A little bit... it's a very cautious approach by Lauda. I think he knows that Jannemann is kinda cooked. I mean, it's $70. We used to buy the game for 15 to 20. Oh yeah, it's because they like... adjusted the global prices or something for it, right? Yeah, fam. I mean, I can't imagine that the game is like much more expensive than 10 to 15 bucks on the next sale it comes on. But then again, I don't know where the next sale is, if there's like a winter sale, or if the winter sale is just a Christmas sale. Had my share of iRacing and various competitive games. Yeah, but iRacing is not cheaper, is it? I mean... But yeah, that's also cool. I think, like, yeah. For me, this is like too much of a sim game, I guess. But yeah, it's really cool. I've played it at like a rig setup at friends. And well... Yeah, you really crash the car there if you just do make one mistake. No, but it's worth it. Yeah, I know. Everybody tells me so, and I do believe, well, they do a tremendous job with iRacing, of course. Let's see if Jannemann's Hearts can go for one last stand here. Both of these guys have underfueled. Red lamp is blinking for both of them. But I do think this is probably done and dusted for Lauda. I mean, honestly, good call by Jan for the pit stop, because he was in second in the first place and it almost worked out. But then again, nice strategy for Lauda as well, to go for the later pit, go for the mediums, and being able to go all the way through in front to take this W probably, unless he runs out of fuel. And Jannemann doesn't also run out of fuel. Yeah. Jimsky 3-second time penalty and warning. He is on 6 seconds now, but it doesn't really matter because there's like half a minute of a gap. And Lauda will come through to win the final race of the season. Jannemann actually here, I think, on low fuel in the very end, getting another podium for himself. And then there's Seagull, Formula Sunday's GOAT, I think, undisputed pretty much. This is his, I don't even know. Is it his 8th championship? It's his 7th or his 8th. Bro has been relentless in the last few years. He really needs a consistent rival. Hello, Discord, please. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stars until now, so it's gonna be 8 stars from here on out, so yeah. He did what nobody did before, I guess. There's more Formula Sundays championships than Hamilton. And well, here we have the last two people trying to go over the line. I'm not sure what happened to Wild Ghost, honestly. I missed it entirely. But yeah. Last race of the season, of course. Attendance has not been too great, but I do think we still have seen some entertaining racing. And yeah, here we have Lauda hitting the griddy on the podium ahead of Jannemann and Seagull. Yeah, congrats again to Lauda for coming second as well in the championship. And then Seagull, of course, for taking the dub. Lauda will at least win the Constructors' Championship with Ferrari here. And yeah, I don't even know who came out third then in the very end. I'll look in a bit. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. It's been a fun time. Where we're gonna head into a little bit of an off-season break. I think, like, especially with recently the tensions have been rising within the team a little bit. Well, not within the team really. I mean, us admins are like doing totally fine, but in the Discord at least. So to give us all a little bit of quiet and peace, we're probably gonna head into like a 2-3 week break. We're also aiming, or like we're currently at it, to revise the rulebook pretty much completely. This needs only like some double checking still, and like maybe some more double checking, honestly. Yeah, the new report system is still in place. I have not seen any major incidents here, but do use the indirect report if you don't want to report something yourself. And we can use that feedback to evolve that as well. Thoughts on Barry? Bah, I don't know, man. 5th is okay, I guess, for you, Mr. Kingsman. Where was I? Yeah, I don't know. There's not gonna be a race next weekend, which is honestly great because I'm gonna be watching the Super Bowl anyways. But maybe we will cook up a little off-season thingy. I don't know, some 5 leopards or whatever. We will see. We will see. For now, thank you all for being part, or having been part of season 20 of Formula Sundays. And, well, we'll be back for US legal age at some point in the near future. So, yeah, thank you all for being here, thank you for watching, thank you for driving, and good night, bye bye.
And it's lights out and away we go here in Formula Sundays.